Man United vs Aston Villa. The lineup puzzle that has every Red Devils fan talking. Hey everyone and welcome back to United Daily Updates, your trusted source for all things Manchester United. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we bring you the latest news, match previews, and honest analysis about our beloved Red Devils. Today we have got a massive topic to discuss that every United fan needs to know about before today's crucial match. The hook that sets everything up. Picture this. You wake up on a Sunday morning, grab your coffee, and check your phone to see how United should line up against one of the most informed teams in the Premier League. But instead of seeing a strong, confident starting 11, you realize that your team is missing key players left, right, and centre. Some are injured, some are suspended, and others are halfway across the world playing in the Africa Cup of Nations. This is exactly the situation Ruben Amorim finds himself in today as Manchester United travel to face Aston Villa. The question on everyone's mind is simple but incredibly difficult to answer. How on earth do we line up for this one? Introduction. Why this match matters more than you think. Let me be straight with you. This is not just another Premier League game. This is a defining moment in Manchester United's season. Aston Villa are flying high right now. They have won their last 9 matches in all competitions. Yes, you heard that right. 9 wins in a row. That is the kind of form that makes even the biggest teams nervous. And to make things worse, Villa are sitting 7 points clear of us in the table. 7 points. That hurts to say out loud. But here is the thing about football. It is not always about who has the better form or who is higher in the table. It is about who wants it more on the day. It is about tactics, determination, and making the best of what you have got. And right now, with all our injury problems and suspensions, Ruben Amorim needs to be at his tactical best to get anything from Villa Park. So in this blog, we are going to break down everything you need to know about this match. We will talk about who is missing and why. We will look at the different lineup options Amorim has. We will discuss whether we should stick with the back 3 or switch to a back 4. And we will try to answer the big question. Can Manchester United end Aston Villa's incredible winning streak? Grab your tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let us dive deep into this tactical puzzle. The injury crisis. Who is missing and why it matters. Before we talk about who should play, we need to understand who cannot play. And trust me, this list is longer than any of us would like. The defenders we are missing. First up, let us talk about defense. Harry Maguire is out injured. Now I know Maguire divides opinion among United fans, but you cannot deny that he brings experience and leadership to the backline. When you are going up against a team like Villa who are scoring goals for fun, you want all the experience you can get. Then we have Matthijs de Ligt. This one really hurts. De Ligt was brought in to be one of our main centre-backs. He is strong, good in the air, and reads the game well. Losing him means we have less depth at the back and Amorim has fewer options to rotate. And here is another blow. Nasser Mazraoui is not available either. He is away with the Morocco squad for AFCON. Mazraoui has been solid when he has played this season. He can play as a full-back or wing-back, which gives Amorim flexibility with formations. Without him, we lose that versatility. So just in defense alone, we are missing 3 players who could have started or been important options from the bench. That is a big problem when you are trying to stop a team that has won 9 games in a row. The midfield and attack problems. Now let us move to midfield. Casemiro picked up his 5th yellow card of the season in the draw against Bournemouth on Monday night. 5th yellow means automatic suspension. So our defensive midfielder, the player who sits in front of the backline and breaks up opposition attacks, cannot play today. Casemiro has been up and down this season. Some games he looks like the player who dominated midfield for Real Madrid. Other games he looks slow and gets caught out of position. But one thing is certain. He is experienced and he knows how to control a game. Losing him means Amorim has to find someone else to do that job. And with Villa's attacking quality, that is not an easy task. Then we have the AFCON situation. Amad Diallo is away with his national team. Amad has been one of our bright sparks this season. He brings energy, creativity, and goals. Losing him takes away one of our best attacking options. Bryan Mbeumo is also at AFCON. Wait, you might be thinking, does United have a player called Bryan Mbeumo? Well, that is what the article mentions, though there might be some confusion there. Either way, the point stands that we have players away on international duty who would otherwise be available. What does all this mean for Amorim? So let us count it up. Maguire out. De Ligt out. Mazraoui at AFCON. Casemiro suspended. Amad at AFCON. That is 5 players who cannot play today. 5 players who could have been starters or important squad members. This is what we call a selection headache. But some people might say it is more like a selection migraine. Amorim has to look at his squad and figure out how to put together a team that can compete with a Villa side that is absolutely flying right now. The good news? This is where tactical knowledge and smart thinking come in. The best managers are not just the ones who have the best players. They are the ones who can get results even when things are not going their way. So let us see what options Amorim has. The tactical debate: back three or back four? This is the big question that has United fans talking. Should we stick with the back three that Amorim has used for most of his time at United? Or should we switch to a back four like most English teams play? Why Amorim loves the back three? When Ruben Amorim arrived at Manchester United, he brought his preferred system with him. A back three with wing-backs pushing forward. This system has worked well at his previous clubs. It gives you defensive stability because you have three centre-backs. But it also gives you attacking width because the wing-backs can push high up the pitch. The back three also helps when you have defenders who are more comfortable with another centre-back next to them. Some players just feel more secure knowing they have got cover on either side. And when you are building attacks, having three centre-backs means one can step forward with the ball while the others provide cover. But here is the problem. The back three requires specific types of players. You need centre-backs who are comfortable playing wide. You need wing-backs who can run up and down all game. And you need the fitness and discipline to make it work for 90 minutes. Why a back four might make sense today. Tyrone Marshall, one of the writers covering United, thinks Amorim should switch to a back four for this match. And there are some good reasons why this might work. First, it is more familiar to most of the players. Many of them grew up playing in a back four. It is the standard formation in English football. So they might feel more comfortable in that system, especially in a tough away game. Second, a back four allows you to pack the midfield. Instead of having three centre-backs and two wing-backs, you have two full-backs, and that frees up an extra midfielder. Against a team like Villa who control games through midfield, having an extra body in there could be crucial. Third, and this is important, we simply might not have the right players fit to play a back three properly. With Maguire, De Ligt, and Mazraoui all unavailable, we are short on defenders. Playing a back four means we only need two centre-backs instead of three. What has Amorim been saying? According to the article, Amorim has been dropping hints that he might use a back four. He has talked about it in press conferences. He has hinted at tactical changes. And when a manager starts talking publicly about formation changes, it usually means he is seriously thinking about it. But here is the thing about managers. They also play mind games. Sometimes they say things to confuse the opposition. Maybe Amorim wants Unai Emery to prepare for a back four, and then he surprises everyone by playing a back three. That is the chess game within the football game. My personal take? I think we will see a back four today. The injuries force Amorim's hand a bit. And against a team as good as Villa, you need to be solid and organised. A back four might give us that stability. Tyrone Marshall's suggested lineup, breaking it down. Let us look at what Tyrone Marshall thinks United should do. He has gone with a back four, and his lineup is pretty interesting. Let me break down each position and explain why his choices make sense. Goalkeeper, the safe bet. Marshall does not mention the goalkeeper in the snippet we have, but we can assume it will be Andre Onana. He is our number one, and unless he is injured or suspended, he plays. No debate there. Onana has been solid this season. He makes big saves and he is good with his feet, which helps us play out from the back. Against Villa's attacking players, we will need Onana at his best. Defense, youth and experience combined. Marshall suggests Diogo Dalot at right back and Luke Shaw at left back. This makes sense. Dalot has been one of our more consistent players this season. He is strong defensively, decent going forward, and he rarely has a really bad game. You know what you are getting with Dalot. Luke Shaw is interesting because he has had so many injury problems. When he is fit and in form, Shaw is one of the best left-backs in England. He can defend, he can attack, and he has the experience to handle big games. But the question is always about his fitness. If Shaw is fit enough to start, then yes, he should play. In the centre, Marshall goes with Lisandro Martinez and Lainery Euro. Now this is a really interesting partnership. Martinez is back from injury and he is exactly the kind of fighter you want in games like this. He is aggressive, he reads the game well, and he does not back down from anyone. The fans love him because he plays with passion. Euro is the youngster. He is talented, quick, and has been impressive when he has played. Pairing him with an experienced player like Martinez could bring out the best in him. Martinez can guide him through the game and help him with positioning. The only concern? Both Martinez and Euro are not the tallest. Villa have some big, physical players. So we might struggle with aerial balls and set pieces. But Marshall is betting that their reading of the game and positioning will make up for any height disadvantage. Midfield, the engine room. This is where it gets really important. Marshall suggests 3 midfielders: Manuel Ugarte, Kobbie Mainoo, and Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte comes in to replace the suspended Casemiro. This is a logical change. Ugarte is the defensive midfielder. His job is to sit deep, win the ball back, and protect the defense. He is younger and more mobile than Casemiro, which could help against Villa's quick attackers. The question is whether he has the experience and composure to handle a big game at Villa Park. Kobbie Mainoo gets his first Premier League start according to Marshall's lineup. This is huge for the young player. Mainoo has shown glimpses of real quality. He is calm on the ball, he can pass, and he makes intelligent runs. But starting in a tough away game? That is a big ask for a teenager. However, Marshall makes a good point. With all the injuries and suspensions, Mainoo has to take his chance. This is what development looks like at a big club. You get thrown in at the deep end and you either swim or you sink. Mainoo has the talent. Now he needs to show he has the mentality. Bruno Fernandes completes the midfield 3. Bruno is our captain, our creative spark, and our main goal threat from midfield. He will have the freedom to push forward, create chances, and link up with the attackers. We need Bruno to have one of his magic games today. The balance of this midfield is interesting. Ugarte sits and protects. Mainoo boxes to box, helping in defense and attack. Bruno pushes forward and creates. On paper, it works. But football is not played on paper. Attack, new faces and different roles. Up front, Marshall goes with Benjamin Sesko as the striker, Matheus Cunha on the left wing, and Mason Mount on the right wing. Sesko should be fit enough to lead the line now according to the article. Having a proper striker is important. Someone who can hold the ball up, bring others into play, and score goals. If Sesko is fit, he has to play. We need that focal point in attack. Matheus Cunha on the left is an interesting choice. Cunha has quality. He can dribble, create, and score. Playing him on the left allows him to cut inside onto his stronger foot and have shots or play passes into the box. Against Villa's defense, we will need players who can make things happen in one-on-one situations. Mason Mount on the right wing is the most surprising selection. Mount is more of a central midfielder or attacking midfielder. But Marshall says Mount has the intelligence to play on the right and his recent form makes him worthy of a start. Here is why this could work. Mount is smart. He understands space, movement, and timing. Even if he is not a natural right winger, his football brain might be enough. He can drift inside, combine with Bruno and Mainoo, and create overloads in central areas. And defensively, Mount will track back and help Dalot against Villa's left winger. The risk? We might lack width on the right side. If Mount drifts inside too much, Villa's left back can push forward without worry. But maybe that is a risk worth taking given our options. Jack Flintham's different approach, sticking with what we know. The article also mentions Jack Flintham's thoughts, though we do not get his complete lineup. But his main point is clear: stick with the back 3. Flintham thinks using a back 4 is too risky given the players available. His concern is about Aiden Heaven, a young defender who has looked shaky against better opposition. If you go with a back 4 and one of your centre-backs is not ready for this level, you are asking for trouble. Instead, Flintham suggests using Lisandro Martinez in the centre of a back 3. This is not Martinez's usual position. He normally plays on the left side of a back 3 or as the left centre-back in a back 4. But Flintham thinks his experience and reading of the game make him capable of playing centrally. The logic here is about defensive stability. With 3 at the back, you have more protection. If one centre-back gets pulled out of position, you still have 2 others covering. Against a team scoring goals in every game, that extra defensive cover might be the difference between winning and losing. Who is right? Marshall with his back 4 or Flintham with his back 3? Honestly, both have good arguments. It depends on what Amorim values more. Does he want extra defensive security or does he want more control in midfield? Does he trust his defenders in a back 4 or does he think they need the extra man? This is what makes football fascinating. 2 smart people can look at the same situation and come to different conclusions. And neither is necessarily wrong. The Aston Villa challenge. What makes them so dangerous right now? We have talked a lot about United's problems and lineup choices. But let us not forget about the opposition. Aston Villa are not just any team right now. They are one of the best teams in the country. 9 wins in a row. How did they do it? Winning 9 games in a row in any competition is hard. Winning 9 in a row when you are playing in the Premier League and European competition is incredibly difficult. So what has Unai Emery done to make Villa so successful? First, they have found a system that works. Emery is a top-class manager who won Europa League titles with Sevilla. He knows how to organize a team. Villa players know their roles, they work hard, and they execute the game plan week after week. Second, they have quality players. Ollie Watkins up front has been scoring goals. Their midfielders control games. Their defense has been solid. When you combine good coaching with good players, you get results. Third, confidence. When you are winning games, everything feels easier. Passes find their target. Shots go in. Decisions work out. Villa have that winning momentum right now, and it is a powerful thing. Why Villa are 7 points ahead of United? The table does not lie. Villa are 7 points clear of Manchester United. That is a significant gap. It tells you that over the course of the season so far, Villa have been better. They have been more consistent. They have won the games they should win. They have picked up points in difficult matches. Meanwhile, United have been up and down. One week we beat a top team. The next week we drop points against someone we should beat. This is the challenge for Amorim and for United. It is not just about winning today's game. It is about becoming consistent. It is about putting together winning runs like Villa have done. It is about being a team that others fear playing against. What United need to do to win at Villa Park. So how do you beat a team on a 9-game winning streak? Here are the key things United need to get right. Stay solid defensively. This sounds obvious, but it is crucial. Villa will attack. They will create chances. United cannot afford to give away cheap goals. The defense needs to stay organized, communicate, and help each other out. Control the midfield. If Villa dominate the middle of the park, United will spend all game defending. Ugarte, Mainu, and Bruno need to win their individual battles and control possession. Even if we have less of the ball overall, we need to make sure Villa do not have it all their own way. Take our chances. We will not get many opportunities. Villa are good defensively and they will make it hard for us. So when we do create a chance, we have to take it. Sesko, Cunha, Mount, and Bruno need to be clinical. Show character. This is an away game against a team flying high. The crowd will be loud. The pressure will be on. United need players who will stand up and be counted. We need leaders on the pitch who will not hide when things get tough. Be smart tactically. Amorim needs to make the right calls. If something is not working, change it. Use substitutes at the right time. Adjust the tactics if Villa are hurting us in certain areas. Good management can be the difference in tight games. The bigger picture. What this match means for United's season. Let us zoom out for a second and think about what this match means beyond just 3 points. Top 4 is still the goal. Manchester United started this season with the goal of getting back into the Champions League. That means finishing in the top 4. Right now, that looks difficult but not impossible. If United lose today, the gap to Villa becomes 10 points. That is a lot to make up. It does not kill our top 4 chances, but it makes them much harder. If United can get a draw, it keeps Villa within touching distance. A win? That would be huge. It would cut the gap to 4 points and give everyone at United a massive confidence boost. So while every game matters, some games matter more than others. This is one of those games. Building momentum for the festive period. After today's game, United have a quick turnaround. We play Newcastle on Boxing Day. Then more games come thick and fast. This is the festive period in English football when you can play 3 or 4 games in about 10 days. If United get a good result today, it sets up the festive period perfectly. Players come off the pitch feeling good. Training is positive. Everyone believes. Then you go into the next game with confidence and you get another result. That is how winning runs start. But if United lose badly today, the opposite happens. Confidence drops. Doubts creep in. The next game becomes even more important and the pressure builds. This is why Amorim will be desperate to get something from Villa Park. Proving that Amorim is the right man. Ruben Amorim is still relatively new at Manchester United. He came in with a big reputation. He did well at his previous club. But the Premier League is different. Manchester United is different. The pressure is different. Today is a chance for Amorim to show his quality as a manager. Can he get his tactics right? Can he motivate his players despite all the injuries? Can he go to a difficult ground and get a result? If he does, people will start believing more in his project. If United get beaten, questions will be asked. It is harsh, but it is reality. At big clubs, managers are judged on results. Questions every United fan is asking right now. Let me address some of the questions I know are going through every United supporter's mind right now. Can Mainoo handle starting such a big game? This is a big question. Kobbie Mainoo is talented, but he is young. Starting away at Villa when they are in this kind of form is a huge challenge. The positive is that young players often do not feel pressure the same way older players do. Mainoo might go out there and just play his natural game without overthinking things. And United fans love seeing academy players get chances. The concern is that if things go wrong, it could hurt his confidence. Young players remember bad experiences. We have seen it before where a teenager gets thrown into a tough situation, has a nightmare, and it takes them months to recover. My view? Mainoo has to play at some point. With Casemiro suspended and our midfield options limited, there is no better time than now. He will have Martinez and Ugarte behind him providing defensive cover. He will have Bruno ahead of him taking the creative responsibility. Mainoo just needs to do his job, keep it simple, and grow into the game. Is playing Mount on the wing really a good idea? Mason Mount has not had an easy time at Manchester United. Injuries have disrupted him. He has not shown his best form consistently. And now Martial wants to play him out of position on the right wing. On one hand, Mount is versatile. He has played different positions before. His work rate is good and he will track back. Against Villa's dangerous left side, having someone willing to defend is important. On the other hand, we need creativity and goals from our wingers. Is Mount the right choice for that? Would a younger, faster player be better? The truth is we do not have many options. With Ahmad away at Afcon, our right-wing choices are limited. Mount might not be perfect for that role, but he is probably the best available option. And if he plays well, it could be the kickstart his United career needs. Should Martinez really play in an unfamiliar position? Jack Flintham suggests using Martinez in the center of a back three, which is not his normal position. Is this wise? Martinez is a smart player. He reads the game well, he is aggressive in tackles, and he organizes those around him. These qualities do not disappear just because he is playing in a slightly different position. The risk is that small adjustments in position can make a big difference. Martinez might be half a yard in the wrong place. He might not have the same angles to make tackles. Against top attackers, these small things matter. But given our injury situation, we have to make compromises somewhere. If Martinez playing centrally means we can have a more solid defensive structure overall, then it might be worth it. What happens if United lose today? Nobody wants to think about losing before the game even kicks off. But let us be realistic. Villa are favourites. They are at home. They are in great form. United are missing key players. If United lose, it is not the end of the world. But it does make everything harder. The top four becomes a more distant target. The pressure increases on the next game. Questions get asked about the team, the tactics, and the manager. However, one loss does not define a season. Liverpool lost games and still won titles. Manchester City have lost games and bounced back. What matters is how you respond to defeat. If United lose today, they need to learn from it, work hard in training, and come out fighting against Newcastle. That is how you build resilience. Can United really end Villa's winning run? This is the big question. Can Manchester United, with all these injuries and problems, go to Villa Park and end their 9-game winning streak? The honest answer is it will be very difficult. But football is full of surprises. That is why we watch. That is why we care. United have quality players even with the injuries. Bruno Fernandes can create magic from nothing. Lisandro Martinez can put in a performance that lifts everyone. Young players like Mainoo and Euro might have the game of their lives. And sometimes, being the underdog helps. There is less pressure. Players can relax and play with freedom. Villa might feel the weight of expectation trying to make it 10 wins in a row. So yes, it is possible. United can win this game. It requires everything going right. It requires players stepping up. It requires tactical intelligence from Amorim. It requires a bit of luck. But it is possible. The key battles that will decide the game. Let me highlight a few individual battles that I think will be crucial to the outcome. Ugarte vs Villa's attacking midfielders. Ugarte coming in for Casemiro is a big change. He will be up against Villa's creative players who have been in top form. Can Ugarte break up their attacks? Can he win the ball back and start United counters? This battle in the middle of the park will be vital. If Ugarte has a good game, it gives United a platform. If Villa's midfielders dominate him, United will be under pressure all game. Martinez and Euro versus Watkins. Ollie Watkins has been scoring goals regularly for Villa. He is quick, he moves well, and he finishes chances. Stopping him is priority number one for United's defence. Martinez and Euro will need to work together. One will need to stay tight to Watkins while the other provides cover. They cannot let him turn. They cannot give him space in the box. One mistake could cost United the game. Bruno vs Villa's defensive midfielders. On the other side, Bruno Fernandes needs to find space to operate. Villa will try to stop him getting on the ball and creating chances. Can Bruno escape his markers? Can he find pockets of space between Villa's lines? If Bruno has time and space, he will hurt Villa. If they lock him down, United's attacking threat decreases significantly. The full-backs going forward. Both Dalot and Shaw need to provide width if United play a back four. Villa will try to pin them back and stop them getting forward. But if United are going to create chances, the full-backs pushing up and delivering crosses could be important. Watch how much freedom they get. If Villa's wingers track back and stop them, United might struggle to create. If Dalot and Shaw can get forward, it gives United more options. What the fans are saying. United fans on social media and forums have been debating this game all week. Let me share some of the common themes I have seen. Some fans are pessimistic. They see the injury list and Villa's form and they expect to lose. These fans are already looking ahead to the Newcastle game and hoping United can at least not get embarrassed today. Other fans are more optimistic. They point out that United always seem to turn up in big games. They believe that being the underdog will suit United. They think Amorim will get his tactics right and United will surprise people. Then there are the fans in the middle. They hope for a result, but they understand how difficult it will be. These fans just want to see effort, organisation, and fight from the players. If United lose but they give everything, most fans will accept that. What is clear is that everyone cares deeply. Whether optimistic or pessimistic, United fans are passionate about their team. And that is what makes supporting this club special. Predictions and final thoughts. So after all that analysis, what do I think will happen? Let me give you my honest prediction. I think United will set up cautiously. Amorim knows this is a tough game and he cannot afford to get beaten heavily. So United will look to stay solid, keep it tight, and try to hit Villa on the counter-attack. Villa will have most of the ball. They will create chances. But United's defence will work hard and keep them out for large parts of the game. I can see this being a 1-1 draw or a narrow 2-1 result either way. I do not think we will see a high-scoring game. Both teams have too much quality defensively for that. If I had to put money on it, I would say 1-1 draw. United will frustrate Villa for 60 or 70 minutes. Villa will eventually score because they have been too good recently not to. But United will dig deep, create one good chance, and Sesko or Bruno will score it. A draw away at Villa in their current form would be a good result for United. It keeps us in touch with them in the table and gives us something to build on going into the festive period. Conclusion. More than just a game. As we wrap up this deep dive into today's match, let me leave you with a few final thoughts. Football is about more than tactics and lineups. It is about heart, desire, and belief. Manchester United might be missing key players. We might be up against a team in much better form. But we have history, we have pride, and we have quality. Every player who puts on that red shirt today has a responsibility. A responsibility to the fans who will travel to Villa Park or watch from home. A responsibility to the club and its incredible history. A responsibility to themselves to show what they are capable of. Ruben Amorim faces a big test. His lineup choices, his tactics, and his ability to motivate his players will all be examined. But this is why he was hired. To solve problems. To find solutions. To get results even when things are difficult. For us fans, all we can do is support the team. Cheer them on. Believe in them. And hope that when the final whistle blows, we have something to celebrate. So whether United go with a back three or back four, whether Mainu starts or not, whether Mount plays on the wing or somewhere else, let us all get behind the team. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want Manchester United to win. Thank you so much for reading this detailed preview. I hope it has given you everything you need to know going into the game. Make sure you are subscribed to United Daily Updates for all the post-match analysis, reaction, and news. Drop a comment below telling me what lineup you would pick and what score you think it will be. Let us get a discussion going. And most importantly, come on United. Let us go to Villa Park and show everyone what we are made of. This is Manchester United. We never give up. We always fight. And today, we are going to give everything to get a result. See you in the next one. Keep supporting the Reds.